Hi, this is Roy Grams with Braille Software again. Today I'd like to talk about challenges you have if you're selling retail products. Again, in the same tool set you can have flavor, ingredient, and retail ready, but today I'm going to talk specifically about some challenges you'll have adopting the PIF with retail products. So you've seen this diagram before, and I've pretty much just added a section here that you can actually manage GS1 data. So the idea is that you can still collect data, have master data within your enterprise, either coming from your PLM system, your recipe management system, or directly entered into the system. We'll talk about today's examples if you don't have those, so you're just going to directly enter it. But the idea is that you'll be able to take your PIF 6 form and add additional fields, so in one place you can collect all the data, enter it, approve it, and then be able to publish it to your customers in the format that they want. So you've seen this picture before where people can log in, they can enter data. One or more people can do data entry, especially if you're expanding to GS1. You may have marketing people entering that data, whereas the quality people are putting the technical data in. You can manage the XML and documents. Then you can then publish it to your customers. Works exactly the same way. And the nice thing again is if you happen to have B2B or B2 retailer type things, you can manage both processes and manage the data. So again, with the PIF, it's a standardized format. Smaller retailers may accept that. Your major ones probably are going to want their own custom formats. We're calling those specifications. And then you do have to be able to publish your GS1 data so that you can actually load it and they can update their system so they can receive products and pay you. So it gets a little bit more complicated if you want one system to do all three, and our system happens to be configured so that you can do that. So here's just a very simplistic example. With the PIF, there's one line for pallet. And with GS1, per pallet, there are many data entry fields that are required. And likewise, if you go to the base, middle, and top levels, there's significantly more information that GS1 may need. And so the idea is that we'd be able to take it and merge these two contents into one if you want, and then be able to enter the data and publish it to multiple places. So simplistically, here's your packaging section. We would add sections for the base, middle, top, for the GS1 data, or whatever additional data that you need. So in one process, you can have an integrated workflow that captures the data for PIF, has the same people or additional people enter the GS1 data. When it's done and approved, it can be published into multiple formats. So again, if it's a small retailer PIF, it's a big one, they probably want their own custom specification, and again, you may have to add additional fields to capture that data, and then to be able to publish the information that GS1 will export an XML data that can be loaded into the GS1 data pools. So the advantage is you can have one place to do data entry, one place for people to review, one place for people to publish data, and one place for people to search. So it can become the one-stop shop for all technical information that you need to send out to your customers. And again, if they're major retailers, it can be just a little bit more complicated because the GS1 data can come into play. So the same thing happens with all PIFs. We charge per PIF, and then likewise we charge per specs that are created and GS1 exports. There's no customer, again, or supplier fees if they're in there. And if there are people who do data entry and approvals, there'll be a per user license cost for those people that are doing the specs and the GS1 data. There'll be a cost to configure GS1 because everyone does it slightly different. It's not a large cost. And then per major customer specification, we'll need to do some slight configuration so that we can create the data in the appropriate export format. So again, with our system, you can again enter the PIF. If you need to, we'll add sections for the GS1 data. We've got the standardized fields, and we'll just review those, which ones you want to use. And then likewise, if you need major customer specifications, we can also create those, capture data once, one set of approvals, publish it into multiple formats, be able to use the same tool to be able to exchange the data with your customer, and then be able to do XML exports to the data pools. So again, be able to streamline your process, enter data once, do approval, publish multiple times, and to be able to support the PIF. If you have any questions, please go to our website again or call Christian or myself. So again, in our case, we're able to support multiple types of exports in different formats or different PDFs, depending upon how you want to send it. We can configure the system so you can get the benefits of doing one set of data entry, one set of approvals, publish the information, and have one place to go find the information in terms of being able to find specs, GS1 exports, or PIFs.